Man, there's a whole lot going on in the electric vehicle market. Really good article about how electric vehicles are really starting to get backed up in sales and that it may not end anytime soon. This article from Teslarati talks about how new electric vehicle reservations indicate the shortage may be here to stay. And here's the thing, shortage is a relative term. Back in the old days, you could walk into a dealership and there's cars on the lot and you just buy one and walk out. Now, dealerships don't have cars on the lot anymore. There's no cars for sale. You either order them or wait for it to come in or wait for it in transit. That seems like a shortage, but that may be the norm. 2-3 years from now, it may not be called a shortage. It might just be called, that's how you buy cars. Because the manufacturers aren't building a lot of speculative inventory to sit around on lots collecting dust and interest and have to be discounted. They're just building barely enough for the market to absorb. So the shortage may be here to stay, according to that. Now, where it gets a little deeper is in this article from Recurrent. This is affecting used EVs. It says the rise of used EVs. Bloomberg reported that the U.S. hit a tipping point of sales by reaching 5% of new car sales. Now, that doesn't mean 5% of the cars on the road are electric vehicles. It means 5% of the new cars sold are electric vehicles. Unstable and high gas prices, talks about inflation, record levels of interest in used EVs. The maturation of the used EV market, meaning that now people are looking at used EVs as a primary search. It used to be people were, I'm looking for a used car, and maybe the dealership showed them a used car that was an EV, and they said, okay. Now people are starting out with that idea. According to the article, it says, interest in used EVs is relatively new. In the summer of 2021, surveys found that just over 50% of EV shoppers would be interested in buying a used electric vehicle. A year later, now it's 80%. Demand for used electric cars grows. There's some trends. So this is a very significant development in the automobile industry. Car stores are selling a higher percentage of EVs. It's not just like the unicorn customer that wants to come in and buy an electric vehicle. It's 5 or 10% of the people coming in are considering an EV. And now you can have a dedicated used car department for electric vehicles because 80% of electric vehicle buyers would consider a used one. Keep in mind, checking out batteries and all the other things we've talked about, but electric vehicles are becoming a little more mainstream. What about pricing? Well, here it is. Pricing is going up. You can see the trend lines always going up. Price trends using a bundle of EVs to compare the same models, it's going up. Even on new cars, people are flipping them. They're buying a new EV and then turning around and selling it because of the shortage. This is what's driving the used electric vehicle market.